Carlos Nelson with Cascade Sports, and tonight we kicking off our HBCU volleyball series with the head coach at Albany State, and she's bringing on a couple of players. Who do we have here? Coach?
Hello, I'm Verniece Graham, the head volleyball coach at Albany State University. I've been at Albany State coaching for 18 years, and this is my seventh year as the head coach.
All right. Hey, coach, run this down real with the quick step. Run
Okay.
down from kindergarten to where you at, how you got to where you at. Run it down.
I started playing volleyball actually kind of late. I started playing when I was in sixth grade, and I played volleyball up until high school. I did club volleyball.
Name some of the
Um,
clubs. Give them their propers.
oh, I don't.
Oh, all right.
I don't remember.
Go ahead.
But I actually played softball as well. So I actually went to St. Petersburg Junior College on a softball scholarship. And then I ended up coming here to Albany State actually in 2004. And the Coach Skinner, he actually was like, "Hey, you play volleyball?" Yeah. So I ended up just playing volleyball. And then after I got done with softball here, I actually started being his student assistant. And then I got on as a coach, and I did my time 10 years as an assistant. And then in 2018, I became the head coach.
All right. Hey, coach. So let's get into your players. Let's get into Sidney. Hey, Sidney, you already know what the drill is. Run it down from kindergarten.
Okay. My name is Sidney Milton. I'm a senior here at Albany State University. So this is my fourth year playing with the program. I'm a criminal justice major also. I have been playing volleyball since fifth grade. So I've been playing for a good bit. I played for a club that is now known as Alabama Performance. I played with them from fifth grade all the way up till my senior year before I graduated. And then I came to college and played for Coach Graham and Coach
What,
King.
what position do you play?
I'm an outside, so I outside and a DS.
All right. Go on and talk about your career. You've been playing there. How many years you been playing?
I've been playing for over 10 years, so I've been playing
Oh,
for a good bit. So fifth grade to my senior year, and then this will be my fourth year program. So I've been playing for a pretty long time. I played for my high school as well. I played 3 years there, and so I played for Hoover High School. So shout out to Coach Camper and a couple of others. So yeah.
that's what's up. So how long have you been playing at Albany?
Me? Oh, I've been playing for 4 years. So this is my fourth year. I've been
All
playing this
right.
is my
So
fourth year.
real with the quick step. Run down your freshman year.
Freshman year, I guess I was freshman year was pretty good. So it was my first year here. I played with Joy. So Joy has also been here since our freshman year. So we were East Division champs my freshman year, and we made it all the way till the finals for the side championships. And so we ended up getting second. So freshman year was pretty good. The last time I think we went was
No, let's
2020.
not talk about we. Let's talk about you. Uh, did you get
Okay,
playing
well,
time?
yes, sir. I played all six rotations, so I was played outside, and I also got to play back row.
Tell
So
our audience what your personal feelings when you know you was going championship and all of that as a young freshman. Run it down.
I would say it was definitely nice, like coming in, like having we had a senior presence as well. So just trying to get the ropes of like being a freshman while also trying to take a leadership position as well. I would say it was something like new going into being the youngest on the team. I'd say we had like our team is pretty like disciplined as well. So I think we all had that goal of like knowing where we could go and like where we wanted to go. So I think keeping that mindset throughout the whole season was pretty positive, and we were very close as well. So I think just having that sisterhood and bond helped us make our way, and with our coaches leading us as well, they were pretty hard on us and held us up to a higher standard as well. So it kind of helped
All right,
us
run
move
down
forward.
that quick step. Run down that sophomore year.
Sophomore year was pretty much the same. So we got second in East
No,
Division, and
you. We talking about
oh,
what did you improve on? What did you learn? And if coaches or what have you, run that down.
okay. So I would say my biggest improvement would probably be my defense as well from freshman to sophomore year. I would say my hitting was relatively the same as well. We had more players come in, so we definitely had a more distributed system, I would say, and more players that worked in all aspects of position. So I would say just like getting more leaders and more people stepping up. Everybody played, I would say, pretty equal role. So I would say I stepped up in my defensive passing, and I wanted to work on stuff like my serving and
On a one
hitting.
to ten, what's your serving like? 1 to 10.
um, well, as you I'm sorry. I would say it's again, I would say I'm a pretty consistent server, so I would maybe
One
give
to
myself
ten,
like a
1 to 10. That's why I
a
have
six,
coach on. So
seven.
when y'all get to dream and coach say, "Oh no, you're not at a 10, sister. You're at a
Oh no,
5."
we both know I'm not at a 10. I would give myself a 6 or 7. I keep it pretty consistent, but we have some hard hitters on the team as well. So they tend to, handle the
All right,
aggressive serving.
let's keep it moving to your junior year.
Okay, so junior year was relatively the same. We got second again and got semifinals. I would say I tanked a little on my hitting as well. And I think during that year was kind of a growing year for me, a point like I would say I wasn't performing maybe to the best that I could have performed. I tried to take more of a leadership role as well, being captain. So I would say my passing and my defense stayed relatively the same. But coming into my senior year, I really wanted to make sure I worked on my hitting and like my percentage and making sure like I'm being a well-rounded player as well, not just, in back row.
You a captain?
Yes, sir. This is my third year being Well, I was co-captain my sophomore year, and then junior year I was captain as well with another senior, and this year I'm
All
captain
right.
as well.
Lay out your personal goals for this season.
I definitely would say our personal goals are pretty high this season. We definitely have intention.
Your personal goals.
Sorry, my personal goals. So for me, I would say just maintaining a leadership role on the team. Being somebody that the team can look to. In times of trouble, I would say I want us to. I would say I would want for myself to have a high hitting percentage and to be able to dominate on the court as an outside, I would say, because they hold a pretty substantial role on the team. And with me playing back row as well, I have goals to improve my serve receive as well as my defense and just, be a well-rounded player. And so I would hope to help guide my team along with the players on this call and my teammates and to help us, win and do what we set out to do from day one.
All right, let's cap this off. Cascade Sports is home with a student athlete. How important is your education?
My education is very important to me. I would say, student comes first before you're an athlete, and Coach Graham instills that as well. I feel like from a young age, I've taken my academics pretty serious because, volleyball at the end of the day, it does end one day and you have academics to fall on. And so for my future career and what I want to do, I've always put academics first. So I take that pretty seriously.
All right. You shouting out to anybody?
I guess I would shout out my club, Albany Performance. I would shout out Coach Daly and my high school, Hoover High School. They did a very good job prepping me as well as my club. I would like to shout out my parents as well and my family.
Hey, my people nosy. You got to tell your parents' name.
My parents, Natalie and Clifford and Natalie Milton, and then my brother, CJ, and my sister Amber. They've done a really good job at like instilling me to work hard and stuff. So I'd like to shout them out.
Shout out from the baby girl. All right.
Yeah, I am the youngest. So yes.
Hey, you down on the bench now. Hey, Joy, you know the drill. Yeah, get off and make it. You know the drill. Tell my people what's up. They nosy.
Mm-hmm. So I'm Joy Robinson. I'm a senior accounting major here at the Albany State University. I'm also co-captain. I've been playing on the team for 4 years now, and Sidney and I have been able to play together. We used to actually play against each other. Fun fact.
Now run back to kindergarten, girl.
Kindergarten.
Where you went to high school, junior high school, and how you got involved in volleyball. Let's run it down.
So when I first started playing, I guess I was a really late bloomer because I started in the 7th grade and I kind of just did it like because I saw everybody was going to trials. I was like, oh shoot, let me go, see how this is. And then eventually, like I would say my first 2 years, I was more so doing it for fun. But then I was like, I want to be more competitive. So I started getting lessons through Coach Val. She's someone that I really look up to and I loves being under her. So I got personal lessons from her. And then I played at Bob Jones High School, freshman through senior year. And then I came here with Coach Graham and Coach King at Albany State University.
Run it down, freshman on up. Come on, run it down.
So we'll say freshman year, I feel like I came here, I had never like experienced injuries. I feel like that was like my biggest struggle. And like it's been something more so mental. So I feel like mental toughness and mentality has been something that I've really had to improve being here. So I will say my freshman year, I feel like I came in like fresh legs, fresh shoulders, body, feeling good. And I feel like we did really good that year. Like I felt like the senior leadership on that team.
Remember, we talking
shout out
about
to Jordan.
team,
Shout out to Jordan.
Not
Sorry.
the team. I'll talk to the coach
I'm
about
sorry.
the team.
I'm
We
sorry.
want you to get your exposure. So freshman year, what did you learn and how do you feel going into your sophomore year?
I think that was I will say every year was really mental, just in a different way. Just feeling confident in myself and knowing that I did belong on the court. Because we did have like a lot of more upperclassmen. So I feel like just stepping up and like knowing that I was okay to go out there and give my best and be confident in myself. I guess moving toward, or what I think I did well, I feel like that was really good for me offensively. I feel like I was like shoulder wise, like my strength was really there. I was able to find those spots. My legs were really good. So I feel like I was able to jump really well. And then moving on to sophomore year, I will say that was like when the mental toughness really had to kick in because I had never dealt with injuries prior to that. So that was really tough mentally. And then that made me realize that like I need to be able to support my team at whatever capacity I can. And that means giving 100% of whatever you have. And at that time, like I feel like that's when I started like somewhat developing towards like those leadership skills, especially going into my junior year. So I feel like those years were more so like developing. And then this year, I really had to step up as a leader. Right now, I am on like concussion protocol. So just having to step up in whatever capacity you can, just giving 100%, 110% of whatever you can give, whether that's physical, that's mental, emotional for the team. I think that's just what I've learned overall, like throughout my matriculation.
You never said what type of injury you had.
Because there have been several.
All right. Well,
I will say the primary one that really was like so hard mentally for me, I felt like was my ankle injury. And then like the concussions because I've had a couple now. So it's really frustrating. And Coach G and Coach King have seen like how like I'll just stand there and like get so frustrated and like it was hard for me like in the beginning like dealing with that, but I feel like I handle it different now, like in a more mature manner, just realizing like I have to provide to the team whatever I can, like at whatever capacity. If that means being the biggest cheerleader, the biggest supporter, like providing I don't know, words of encouragement to my team, being that leader that I need to step up as. I had to provide in whatever capacity because I was used to just providing in like a physical manner on the court. And so I feel like this really caused me to step up and like open my mouth and not just be like on the court physically, but be there mentally as well.
Oh, that's major. I usually ask, but you have really explored that. I usually ask, how does it feel to be on the bench? And yeah, and what can you do? Because real good teams, they have a sisterhood or a brotherhood,
yes.
And everybody's contributing. Might not get a minute on the floor, but you know that teammate wants to win, wants you to do the best and all that. But you've already talked about that. All right, well, Cascade Sports, being home to student athlete, run that education piece down to me.
That's very important to me. And I will say, I feel like Coach G and Coach King give us like a great opportunity to be successful on the court as well as off the court. And they know that there is much more to life than just volleyball at the end of the day. Like, obviously, that's our main priority and we want to win, but they also want to see us win in life. So I think that's another important thing. So like Coach Graham knows I don't play about my grades. That's I don't play about that. I take that very like seriously. I take all that very personally because that's something I can control. And sometimes you can't control situations, but the only thing that you really have control of is how do you respond to things and how do you react to it. And so since I can handle my grades, I'm gonna make sure I keep that a priority.
All right, you shouting out?
I gotta shout out, God first for keeping me here, just allowing me to make it here, like guiding my whole path. I wouldn't be here without him. My family, my dad, Corey Robinson, my mom was Tanya Robinson, my sister, Shantia Christina, and my little brother, CJ, Coach Val back at home. Thank you so much. And Coach Marsh, I would say.
All right.
My name is Mimi Harris, and I'm a junior setter from Phoenix, Arizona, and I'm majoring in exercise science and minoring in psychology. And I have career plans to go into physical therapy and sports psychology.
All right, so now run down your volleyball career from kindergarten. Let's get busy.
Well, since kindergarten, I started playing actually in 8th grade.
All right.
And, when I started, I was actually outside in the middle. So because like I'm 5'4", and like when like you're 12, 13, everybody's the same height. So then like we got into high school and like everybody started growing, and then like I just stayed where I was. So then I moved to being a setter, which is what I am now. And I did that all through high school, and I played club at Arizona Sky. So I love that club. And then when I went to college, I started my freshman year at Alabama State University in Montgomery, Alabama. And then I transferred here to another ASU last fall of 2023. So it's my second year at Albany State.
All right, run down your first year here. Come on, let's get going.
My first year, that was a year just like new experiences with being in a new city, being on a new team. And also that was my first year actually like playing because I redshirted my freshman year. So last year was my first season of college volleyball. So it was just a lot of growth for me and just knowing like how to navigate through a college offense and then through like the time management of actually like playing with your body physically, mentally, things like that. So, but I really enjoyed my first year.
Run this down to the audience. What's it like playing under different coaches that have different styles and different philosophies? How do you as an athlete adjust to that? Run it down.
You just adjust to like whoever you're with. And I think it's very good for learning because you get to see yourself in different environments. Like you see how you play under this coach, you see how you can adapt with this team or with this coaching style, things like that. So it just teaches you a lot about yourself and then about the people that you're around as well.
So what goals have you set for yourself for this season?
The goals I set for myself is to run the offense well, to stay positive even when like the game isn't going our way. And then when the game is going our way, like making sure we're not getting too ahead of ourselves. If we're like, if we're up by like 10, 15 points, making sure that we're staying level headed and knowing that like the game can easily slip away from us just because we're up by a lot of points, and just being a good teammate on and off the court, whatever I can do.
All right. Well, Cascade Sports being home to student athlete, how important is your education?
My education is very important to me. And just for one, it brings balance to your life. Like, sometimes when you're an athlete in college, you forget that like you're a person outside of the sport. So I feel like having academics to fall back on just gives you balance and lets you know like there's life outside of sports that you will have to rely on once you leave college athletics. And my mom just instilled that in me since I was young. She has her doctorate degree. So I just always seen like how you have to work for what you want, and that just opens new opportunities for you that you may not have known were possible before.
All right. With Cascade Sports being home to student athlete, what's going on with that education?
You want me to answer it?
You.
Did you want me to answer it again?
Oh, you know what? Mindset. I had to cut that out. You shouting out?
Yes, I'm going to shout out my mom first. It's Dr. Brashawn Harris. I'm going to shout out my coaches from Arizona Sky, Coach Chris, and Coach Ashley, Coach Jemima, Coach Evan. Shout out my family, my friends, and my whole support system.
All right. Who we got here?
Hi, I'm Jarianis Perz. I'm a sophomore here at ASU. My major is health and human performance, and I plan to be a nurse once I graduate.
All right, run kindergarten on down. You already know what the drill is. Why I gotta tell you? Run it down.
So I started playing volleyball, I think around 7, maybe 6 or so like 4th fifth grade maybe. My sister started playing, so once I started like watching her play, kind of inspired me to start playing. I was born and raised in Puerto Rico, so I actually started playing in Puerto Rico. And then I came to the United States when I was about like 10 years old, and I stopped for a little bit. And then my mom kind of started looking into like volleyball clubs, and that's when I gained my interest again and I started playing. I started as a middle again at 13 years old. And then once I started getting older, my coaches realized that I was kind of a little bit short to be a middle. So then I became an outside. And I've been playing outside since I was like about 15, 16 years old. And then after hard work, I ended up here at ASU and started my freshman year here.
All right. What goals have you set for yourself for this season?
For this season, I kind of want to be a little bit more vocal. Last year as a freshman, I was very quiet because I feel like I was very intimidated by the people I was surrounded with, because obviously I'm new, so I'm kind of scared. But this year, I feel like I gained a little bit more of a voice compared to last year. Also, like when it comes to like my hitting percentage and my stats, I kind of have to minimize my mistakes and like gain a higher hitting percentage.
With Cascade Sports being home to student athlete, how important is your education?
It's very important. I feel like once I was in high school, I kind of slacked a little bit just because of the fact that it was high school. But once I came to college, I took everything very serious. Everything was really important to me. I've never failed a class and I never intend to fail a class. So yeah, I take that very, very serious.
All right. You shouting out?
Yeah, I'll shout out to my mom. She's been my biggest supporter ever since I was little. My coaches back in
Now you
Jacksonville.
hold it. Now you know my people nosy. Got a lot of moms. They need to know your mama name.
My mom's name is Jacqueline. Yeah, I love her very much. And then my coaches, Coach Will and Coach Tyler from my club coaches, they kind of helped me get to where I am today.
All right. It's a plum pleasing pleasure having you girls on the show. But now we get into the boss. Hey, coach. Now you run down a little bit about what you're looking for from the girls and what you're looking for this season.
I think that I've like my expectations of them are kind of higher than they were previously, even though like my expectations are always high. But this year, my assistant Calvin King, we've kind of intended on pressuring them to, play to a high level, do whatever it is that we need them to do on and off the court. And so my expectations is to win the SIAC Eastern Division and winning the SIAC championship.
All right. Hey, Sidney, I want to ask you and I want to ask Joyce a question. Sidney, unmute. Sidney, being a big time senior, what advice would you give to a young freshman?
Giving advice to a young freshman, I would say don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. Even though you're in a new area, I say anybody can be a leader on the floor. I would say just work hard and stay positive, because coming into college, it's a different type of mindset and different, it's something new. So I say, just give your all, stay positive, keep God first, and just continue to work no matter any adversity you face.
Hey, Joy.
Yes.
Run it down. What you tell a young freshman? They got a long way to go. Let them know.
They do.
All
they
right,
do.
run it down to them.
I was gonna say the same thing as Sidney. Definitely keep God first, but I'd also say make sure you minimize the background noise. The background noise is only gonna get as loud as you let it be. And college, there's lots of different experiences. There's lots of different things you can do here, but you need to make sure you keep your main thing the main thing. What did you come to school for? So I definitely say keep that your priority. And like Sidney said, don't be afraid to use your voice and be a leader on the court.
Hey, Coach.
Yes.
It was a plum pleasing pleasure having you and your girls on the show. And we look forward to hearing from you most likely at the end of the season. Bring a couple of more people on and talk about how the season went. Girls.
Okay, well, we appreciate the opportunity.
We wish you the best in your program, and make the university proud and make your family proud and go ahead and do and be a winner.
I had a question.
As we always close, when you invest in your community, you're really just investing in yourself.
This program is brought to you by the City of Fountains Coaches Association.